Alrighty, my friends. Is we here? Is we live? Are we free on Sunday for shoulders? Hello. Hello, hi, and welcome to the Crystal Library. Welcome back, or welcome for the first time. So much to do, so much to see. Kitties are in bed with me. No. Hello, welcome, welcome. My name's Crystal K. I'm a little silly and spicy, but here we learn anatomy. I'm revisiting the Proko Anatomy course because I forgot a lot of stuff. After 5 years of finishing the course, I really need a review. And I'm here to hopefully make your journey a little bit easier. If there's any part of the body that you're a little sketchy on, Mom's in the kitchen, as well as other things that are, questionable. If this is your first rodeo going through the whole body, the whole entire journey of anatomy, we got 3D models, we got notes upon notes upon notes. As a note sharer, that is my job, to make your job a little bit easier when learning this stuff, and hopefully to give you a place for feedback. The unfortunate thing with Proko's anatomy course, when it was made, it was a lot more active and there was a Facebook group, but now there's not so much of a place to get feedback, and live critiques are sparse and in between. So I'm not perfect. I'm not, a master. I'm still learning a lot of this myself. But if you would like a person to take a look at your work and we can kind of parse it through as students together, that's what I'm here for. And I just love this stuff. It makes me so excited and I geek out about it. So anyway, we're going to begin with Proko. White screen, take it away. I'm going to be quiet for the tutorial video sections. There's a couple videos to watch, and I already have transcribed notes that you can access via the Patreon if you want access to that, ! Discord, and Patreon if you want links. But other than that, with that aside, no more plugs, let's just get right into it. So, Proko will be speaking for me. I'm going to set up a few more things, but here we go in 3, 2, 1. By the way, let me know audio before we start.
Hey, you're watching Proko. My name's Stan Prokopenko, and these are all the scapular muscles we're going to study today. Don't freak out. They're all small, simple muscles. There's not a whole lot to say about each one individually, which is why we're going to study them all together. The human back can get complicated, and it's essential to understand these muscles to stay in control. Origin and insertion. In addition to the clues the names give you, there's a simple pattern to the origin and insertion of these muscles. They all start on the scapula and insert around the head of the humerus. The serratus anterior is a little different, but we'll get to that in a second. The origin of the infraspinatus takes up a large chunk of the scapula. It inserts on the greater tubercle of the humerus. The infraspinatus is a large, flat muscle that hogs the scapula.
3D.
The teres minor originates on the upper 2/3 of the lateral edge, and like its friends, it inserts on the greater tubercle. It's an itty-bitty muscle, and some of it is covered by the infraspinatus and teres major. The teres major originates just below the teres minor. It's aimed upward and forward, going from the bottom of the scapula, under the bicep and tricep, to the front of the arm.
I'm going to temporarily pause for just a second because the teres major specifically, we don't have all the tools and access muscles to it yet, but there's a lot of wonky stuff going on in your armpit that I want to explore that we'll take a look at in a minute. Continue, Proko.
Where it inserts on the bicipital groove. Almost done. All that's left is our outlier muscle, the serratus anterior. It originates on the first 8 or 9 ribs in an arc pattern around the shoulder and wraps around the side of the torso to insert on the inside of the scapula, along the medial ridge. You can't see where it inserts under the scapula, but its attachment to the ribs is very important. It interlocks with the external oblique in a stair-stepping pattern. Do you remember how to locate this intersection? In a front view, you can approximate it by drawing a 45-degree line out from the pit of the neck passing through the nipple. But in most other angles, a better approach is to follow the angle of the skeletal arch. I know the oblique attaches to the iliac crest. I'll follow it up to the rib cage and then continue a line parallel to the skeletal arch. From there, it's a lot easier to find the rest of the serratus and oblique. Actions. So all these scapular muscles look like they pull on the arm, but they do so from different angles. The shoulder joint has the most range of motion of any joint on the human body, and it needs all these nuanced muscles to make that possible. Let's not forget about the pecs, deltoids, and lats, which also move the shoulder joint. It's also a very shallow ball and socket joint. So these muscles help to hold the ball in the socket. The teres major helps to adduct the arm to bring it down toward the body and extends it to bring the elbow backward. It also medially rotates the arm, while its antagonists, the teres minor and the infraspinatus, laterally rotate the arm. The serratus anterior rotates the scapula for reaching upward and slides the scapula forward, like to punch someone. I want to remind you about the range of motion of the shoulder joint. On average, the humerus can't abduct past about 90 degrees. To lift the arm any higher requires help from the scapula and clavicle. That's a lot to take in, so before we move on, let's practice identifying these muscles on an actual human. Identifying the shoulder muscles. To watch me get through this maze of muscles and explain my thought process of identifying them, go to proko.com/anatomy.
We're gonna do it today.
In the next lesson, we'll study the forms of the shoulder muscles and how to draw them. I'll give you your assignment after we study the forms. We have a premium section for students that want to learn.
I'm going to skip this part. It is wonderful though. Go ahead and grab that link if you want in the description. It's a good course, but we got 2 videos to get through. So moving on, sir. We got to get some homework. Let's go. And then we'll talk shop.
Hey, welcome back to Proko. Last time we learned the basic anatomical stuff and the motion of the shoulder muscles. And we identified and understood the muscles on a model. Great, but now let's focus on why we're here. How to draw the shoulder muscles. Infraspinatus. The infraspinatus is flat and simple. It has a convex form, like all muscles do, but the convexity is usually subtle, like a fluffy pancake. It'll appear as a recessed plane, since the surrounding muscles bulge out. However, when the infraspinatus is active and really developed, it can also bulge out. You might see the infraspinatus split into 2 bumps. In this photo, it's split down the middle. But this split can be confusing. In this photo, this is the large shape of the infraspinatus. The split takes a curved, more vertical path. Not what you'd expect. Let's move on to the teres minor. Like I said before, the teres minor isn't always visible. On the surface, it can appear as a continuation of the infraspinatus or a depression, since the infraspinatus and teres major travel above it. But when you do see it on an ultra-ripped super being, remember, teres means cylindrical, and that's exactly its form. Teres major. The teres major is also a cylindrical muscle, but it's much larger. The teres major is visible on most people, even thin women. That's why it's such a great landmark. It's the bump on the outer contour of the back near the armpit. When the arms are at rest, the infraspinatus and teres minor stay flat, but the teres major is squashed and stands out. When the arms are raised, the teres major is stretched, so the cylinder gets thinner. Its form becomes less visible, but the double curve of the back becomes clearer.
Teres major.
What is that, you ask?
My mortal enemy.
Well, the latissimus dorsi dominates the contour of the back with its strong upwards angle, but the teres major cuts across the latissimus to get to its insertion. This creates a double curve. The The latissimus has the longer, more vertical angle, and the teres major is that short, more horizontal angle near the armpit. If you remember only one muscle today, make it the teres major. It's visible on nearly everybody, and it's helpful for locating other muscles. Thank you, teres major. Serratus anterior.
There we go. It's like something's missing.
The serratus anterior makes a fan-like shape as it reaches out from behind the scapula to wrap around the rib cage. The attachments to the ribs follow an arc somewhat parallel to the skeletal arch. It's largely covered up by the pectoralis major in the top front and the latissimus dorsi in the back. Usually, only the tips of the lowest 4 digits are subcutaneous, progressively getting smaller as they attach closer to the lats. Individually, each digit has a cylindrical form, and that's clearest where they interlock with the external oblique digits. The serratus digits are more horizontal and rounder than their oblique neighbors. So there will be instances where you'll see the serratus as the oblique digits stay flat. On the back, the latissimus dorsi completely overlaps the serratus. But sometimes the volume of the serratus is thick enough to push out and be visible anyway. If so, the serratus will appear as a large round form arcing from the bottom of the scapula to the flank of the oblique. So when the lat is flexed, we'll see the cylindrical form of the lat. When the lat is relaxed, we'll see the serratus. Assignment.
Yes! Come on!
Invent the back muscles.
Give me that homework.
Draw the rib cage, scapula, and humerus as simple forms, then add the shoulder muscles. Try out different poses and angles. If inventing is a bit too challenging for you, start by using photo reference or the Skelly app, and ease into invention. You can get the Skelly app at proko.com/Skelly app. I also have model photos available at proko.com/poses.
Yeah, they're quite wonderful.
You can get a free model sampler pack in the description below. Inventing the shoulder muscles.
Oh, there's some more?
To watch me demonstrate how to invent the shoulder
Go
muscles,
get it!
go to proko.com/anatomy. So we have a premium section for students that want to learn more.
You sure
the premium
do.
Section
okay. Sorry. I hate to cut him off, but the plug, we already have seen it 40 million times, and I already got this stuff. But for those that haven't, you should go get it in the description. Plugs aside, oh my goodness, I'm back. Can you tell I have ADHD? I cannot sit still. Okay, 1 second. Timestamp-wise, where are we? We finished Proko at 13:13. Okay. I'm just getting stuff ready to go. Sorry. Let's say 13:20. Boom, baby. Alrighty. Music, please. Oh, wonderful. Calm Zelda vibes to completely contrast how excited I am. But any extra exciting music will just make me more hype and not focus. Okay. Let me know how audio sounds if we can hear that. If we want it a little louder, let me know. A little bit louder, methinks. Just a drop louder. There you go, some calm lo-fi. Okay, here we go. We're here. Yay! Okay, I have been waiting for this. The shoulders. Holy cow, dude. They confuse the bejesus out of me. So, first of all, welcome back. Hello. Thank you very much, Proko. What I thought we would do, first and foremost, is just take a trip down memory lane because, of course, again, this is not my first rodeo. So, second attempt at this lesson. The first version, I didn't invent anything. I mean, yes, I kind of did, but the purpose of the assignment is to do it without reference. So, these pictures are really helpful to get you started, but the whole goal is to draw from imagination. So what we're going to do is this first lesson is going to be a combination of a tracing and then a gesture. And then the following week will be me actually trying to invent the muscles, because we didn't do that the first time, because I was a coward. I was a big chicken, bok bok. Oh, and I should also stress, I am not here to replace Proko. go watch his stuff. Go get his content. It's great. I am 100% a huge fan of that man, and I'm not sponsored at all. I would love to be, though. But I am just a fellow student, hopefully trying to figure this junk out with you. So I'm going to get things wrong. I'm not perfect. But at the end of the day, we strive to grow and get bigger and better and more knowledgeable about this information as we go. Natasha! Welcome back, beautiful. Happy to have you. So yeah, again, I'm not here to replace Proko, but if you would like feedback and live experimentation with somebody doing this with you in real time, that's what I'm here for. So second rodeo, I'm happy with these for the most part. And as much as it would probably be, I guess, good practice to go back over these Skelly sketches again, it doesn't really feel like advantageous for me to do again one-to-one what I've already done. So oh, sorry. I'll show that in a second, but I don't know if I can. Maybe. It's actually, I'm not sure. I think it should be fine. But you guys should do all of the homework assignments again, of course. If this is your first time, please do the homework assignments. And then once you have, bring them into class and we can talk about it. You can always drop your work in ! Discord. And if you don't have a Discord, no problem. Just let me know and we'll figure it out. You can always email me too. My email is on YouTube. So last but not least, let's talk about this junk. Because there's a lot going on. I mean, a lot happening in your shoulders. So for one, this is not a free app. This is a software called Complete Anatomy, and I just happened to take a screenshot of it, and I did all of this UI stuff myself. Graphic designer also, hello. So this was really helpful, and I have all of these notes and stuff that I've made throughout the course accessible to you via the Patreon and many other things. But let's jump over here to this 3D app because now we can actually look at it in real time. So what the heck is happening in your shoulder? Let's find out. So again, Proko offers you 3D models. Go get them. But if you have questions and maybe can't afford the course, well, that's why I'm here to hopefully help you get that stuff that you need so you can ask questions. So I dissected this human in half to look at the full version of where all of your muscles land and then everything underneath that's more hidden. So the target things that we're looking at right now is mostly the stuff that's sitting on the scapula. Your supraspinatus, infraspinatus, teres minor, and then major. However, unfortunately with this model, I cannot lift the arm to show you what is happening in your teres major because golly gosh, this overlap, holy crap, let's talk about it. So, there's also a couple other muscles that we didn't really get to see because those are exclusive to the premium lesson. I can't tell you all that stuff, so go get it. But at least for what I can share for the most part, there's a lot of really intense, juicy stuff. As well as, yeah, subscapularis I don't think is as important. It plays a role, but because it's 90% hidden by all of this bone, you don't really need to know too much about it. Just know that there is some meat on the inside of your shoulder. The main thing we need to talk about is teres major and the serratus, because yeah, they do a lot. So if you lift your arm up and you play your beautiful ribs like an accordion and you feel some squish there, that's your serratus. And a fun way I like to remember where my serratus lives, if you put your arm directly over your rib cage, your fingers should kind of line up with where they sit. So it's not going to be one-to-one, but they fan out in the same pattern. So literally my fingertips right against my breastbone is where your serratus kind of sits. And that should give you a little bit of a starting point. So I have notes here as well, and I will only share them once per session. So if you want, go get them. But they update every week with every part of the body that we go over. Okay, I'm done with plugs. Sorry, I have to. It's my job. Alrighty, so anyway, the main thing we need to worry about is serratus and teres major. So I guess let's start with serratus because it's probably the more easier thing to understand. Teres major is going to be a little more complex. As far as I know, I wrote down notes. Function and all that, he already went over that. But let's see. Oh, I just closed the tab. I didn't mean to do that. Why did I do that? Open you. Come back. Thank you. Okay, sorry. I'm all over the place, excited, okay? So yeah, for the most part, teres major and serratus. Let's see. Focus, Kiana. You can do it. No, no, no. Yeah, I forget exactly what the function he said. What did he say? Serratus, adduction, upward rotation, and depression. Yeah, so all this stuff. Raising your arm out, bringing your arm back, you can actually feel it, and then rotating it upward to get higher. Because yeah, I believe, what is it, your shoulder literally stops at this shelf up here. The shelf of the spine and the corner of the clavicle. That's where your arm normally would stop if there was no muscles assisting it to get higher. And then your arm literally has to rotate to come up to get past this big old shelf curve. And that's where your serratus helps. Again, I'm not correct in everything, fact check me. I think the main thing that I want you to know is when we're looking at the upper back, we haven't even touched really the lat, the latissimus dorsi. This is another reason why I wanted to show you this app, because it's beefy. It's mostly covered by your lat. There's only a little bit of it that pokes out in the front, and even then, that's mostly covered by your pecs. So you really only see a corner of it. And for the most part, unless you're drawing a nude figure, you're not going to see it at all because it's covered up by a shirt or sweats or whatever. But still, in the end of the day, it's important to know if your arm is lifted, you're most likely going to see it. And that's when we get into teres major here. This big ol' sausage. I need to talk about teres major for just a second. Oh, it's a bone brew. Oh, it's okay. You're so fine. Welcome, bud. Happy to have you, buddy. Thank you so much. And also, Bone Brew does amazing, beautiful watermark artwork in the Discord. You have to go see it. I've been wonderful, thank you. A little stressed, but aren't we all? Trying to get past life in this world. So, as best as I can be, I am good today. Thank you. Appreciate you, brother. I should say up front, though, next week we'll have to cancel because I have a show I'm performing for my school. Not that I'm still in school. I teach kids at a high school, so I'm not performing. It's mostly for the kids, but I will have to cancel because I'll be dead tired by the end of that week. So I'll see you guys back for our imaginative gesture the following week, which I think is May 3rd. Oh, yeah. So, yes. Real quick, back to teres major. This guy, I don't really understand what and why. I mean, like, I know why the body is why it is, because overlap makes your body stronger. It's so cool. It's so cool. Oh, thank you. But I guess the best way to explain it is teres major is playing tic-tac-toe with your triceps and your lats. So there's a lot of overlap happening. So on this side, if we look at it, you have tricep, then teres major, and then underneath it loops back around to the front and swoops in like a snake to get in the front, and that's your lat. So the best way I can explain it, again, this video didn't really cover any of that stuff because that's premium section stuff, but as generically as I can put it without giving you too much information that you should go get yourself, think of the lat as like a sling, like when you break your arm and it's like holding your arm together, but it's still kind of, your wrist still sneaks out. So at the end of the day, the base of this sausage is covered by lat, as well as the bottom of your scapula. You shouldn't be able to see it unless you got wonky shoulders like me. My chicken wings pop out all the time. But if you have very strong upper back muscles, they shouldn't pop out. Shouldn't. Emphasis on shouldn't. But the base of your scapula and the teres major is covered by your lat, and then that lat sneaks back in through the tricep, underneath all of that, underneath your deltoid, and over the teres major. So that whole overlap is just breaks my brain in half. Not to mention, most of that is covered by pec. You probably won't even see it. Again, unless the armpit is raised, it's not a big deal. But I wish I could show you a model of what this looks like with the arm raised, because that would be fantastic. Wait, can I? Hang on. Maybe I can. Wait, maybe I can. Oh, wait. Hang on. It might take 10 years to load, but maybe I can. I should have done, hang on, no, stop. Give me Terry's major. Terry's major, I think, is more important. Let's see that. Show me motion. Oh, here we go. That's back, that's forward. Give me an armpit, please. Armpitty pitty. I didn't check this before I started. Oh, look at that. Oh, it's beautiful. Sorry. Okay, go ahead. Oh, it's just twisting. Oh! There we go! Yeah! Sorry. Can you tell this stuff makes me excited? I get so jazzed about it. Okay, there we go. Oh, phenomenal. I didn't know this was a thing. This is the first time I'm seeing this. They all have videos, but not all of them actually do the function we're looking at. Yay! So, let's follow it. I can't click on the muscles individually in this version because it's a video, it's a recording. But if we follow Terry's major all the way up here, and then we catch up to it sitting on the head of the humerus, underneath that is your lat, and then snaking in, remember there's subscapularis sitting in here, that's also meat, and then serratus would be right here. So, yeah, it's a lot. And then where's your tricep? Wait, tricep. There it is. Yeah. So underneath all of that, I'm going to keep this frame just for a second. This isn't perfectly raised, but it's close. Yeah. No, put your arm back up. Thank you. Right here. There you go. Alrighty. Headless skeleton. Perfect. Alrighty. Yeah. So tricep, all of that really is just a nightmare. But I'm gonna keep this reference for later. So, all that to say, I hope that kind of made some sense. If it didn't, we're gonna figure it out together. But this lovely reference of this gentleman is giving us both. So we're gonna do a combination of a tracing today, which is tracing all of the good juicy muscles we just looked at on both sides, because one arm is raised, one arm is not. So perfect. And then this is gonna be our gesture for today. I initially wasn't thinking gesture, but I want to draw this lady because I just love her pose. I love figure skating. I'm a dancer. Sorry, what can I say? And then next week will be the gesture of the thumbnail that we're looking at. So you'll see. But anyway, rambling aside, can I answer any questions off the bat as best I can? Otherwise, we're going to get to doodling. I'm going to give you guys about 30 seconds to respond. And if I hear no questions, I'm going to get started. But let's see. We talked until about, what time is it? 28 minutes about. Sorry. Let's say 28. We'll give it an even 30. Sure. Just in case. Okay, because I'm still setting up. So, other than that though, you can maybe you can even kind of see it before I start anything. Can you see where things are before I make them happen? I see a lat. I see a beautiful tricep sneaking under there. Most of this is deltoid right here. And then there's Terry's major slooping in, the sling of the big old lat coming underneath. And then a lot of this stuff kind of gets lost. Where do you find the scapula underneath all this massive bumps? That part is what we're going to hopefully figure out today. On top of the muscles that Proko didn't talk about, but still surround the scapula, so we should know what those are as well. Again, not replacing Proko, just giving you a generic overview of everything that we're talking about. Because even if he doesn't say it in the video, you're still going to need to know it eventually, and you probably can look it up on Google on your own anyway. So, I'm not saying muscles are exclusive to the premium section. Just go get more details with him over there. But anyway, flash forward to 10 years from now, and then I get this video reported and taken down because I said too much. No! But I can't wait to get to the lower back, because that's where I'm most fuzzy. I forgot everything on the back. Like, I remember most of the upper back, but this stuff, erector spinae, there's something else here. Oblique mostly I remember, but none of this. I forgot all of that. So, that's the most of the, where all of my holes live for the torso. Everything else I kind of remember, and I can hopefully guide you a little better. Is there anything else to be said? Dead silence. I don't do it well. Yeah, these are pretty much the same as last year. I think this could be more defined. The push and pull of scapula meat versus shoulder and bone. We're going to explore that today. So I am not going to time myself for this tracing. I'm going to just really quickly go over it. Hopefully keep it under 10 to 20 minutes. And then we'll get to a gesture and we'll time ourselves for that. Excuse me. And I don't believe the link to the timer is in the description. So I'm going to give it to you real quick, because I always forget to put it in there. But you'll see when we get there. Anatomy timer. There we go. Alrighty, friends. Other than that, though, let's get started. I'm gonna lower this down. 50% sounds good. Lockerino. Let me get my brushes. Give me a blue for bone and a red for meat. Yeah. Alrighty. Cool beans. I'm gonna really quickly look away from the screen for a second and then we can start. Reset your eyes, step away from the screen. Pet a cat, pet a dog, pet your mom. If they're nearby. Yes! Give your mom some pats on the head. She said no. Alright, so now I have to do that later. Remind me. Alrighty. I'm gonna pet children. Oh no, I won't disturb them. Cinnamon roll children will be fine. Alright. Without further ado, let's begin. So, actually, I will time myself for this, because it'll be easier for you to see. And I'm gonna make sure I don't go over too long. So, this will be the full timer we use next time, but because we're tracing, we're gonna start at about halfway through. So, 10 minutes for just bone, and then 10 minutes for muscle, and that'll take us to our second time gesture for the day. So here we go. Starting, let's see, where are we at? Timer 32. I'm gonna adjust that real quick. Sorry, lots of things I have to do in the background. 32:20. Okay, here we go. Starting tracing. Not quite 3, 2, 1, but it'll tell you. Get ready. We're gonna start with bones first. Here we go. Alrighty. Where is my bones? Starting with the trapezius. This actually tells me a lot about where bones are. I know this is muscle, but it goes all the way to the... Oh, I always forget. The acromion process. This beautiful shelf, which is the start of your scapula spine, and then traipse it down. From there, you can start to find things. This is actually not the end of your trapezius, this is the end of the tendon. Your scapula goes a little further than that. And it looks like it dips under there, but that's actually bone. So, I'm gonna say that's our scapula. Something like that. Glenoid cavity to find that pocket for the rest of your arm. Boom. Okay. Over here, I'm following that plane. It traces down. This is the end of the traps, so scapula would be somewhere over there. Big old bump right there. There's the head of the humerus. Hi-ya! Elbow. Elbow. Idris elbow. Great. Okay. With that, let's see. I don't really need this full 10 minutes. Not for a tracing. Whoops. Where's the spine? Okay. I'm bound to get things wrong, but I think that's at least a solid start for now. As long as I got my planes in for the most part. Okay. I'm not gonna do any arms bones because we're focusing on scapula. But from there, I'm gonna just use this full 10 minutes for everything. I think that's plenty. 5 minutes should be plenty. Here I go. I will regret those words, Rouge the Bat. Okay. From here, Well, let's establish the big boys up front. What are we not looking at? We're not looking at this. This is deltoid. We're not looking at this. This is trap. But we do need to know where it is because it's going to tell us everything else. This is all a bunch of muscles we haven't even touched yet. C7. Something like that. Make a kite for your traps. Alright. I just want to get the big boys out of the way that we're not looking at. Focus on the ones that we are. Shoulders split up into 3 heads. Okay. So that's going to cover up most of this stuff. But for now, the thing that we can't even see, that's why we're here. To find the stuff under the surface that's usually a little bit harder to find. So, let's say other muscles. I can spell muscles. Here we go. Lock her down. On top. Subscapularis. Inside. So we don't need to know about that one. But what we do need to know is levator scapula. Did he talk about that one? I don't think he did. Probably not. No, I'll keep it to what Proko mentioned. So, our supraspinatus. Little sausage that sits underneath the shelf of your scapula. Boop. Connects right there. And I forgot, the scapula has a shelf. The spine, wait a minute. Oh, I need to look at this again. Show me. Yeah, that's not what I'm looking at. I need to see, this. Yes, this little shelf. That's what I was looking for. The spine of the scapula connects to the top of the clavicle right about here. It sits right next to each other and they make this plane. This is what we're looking at. Supraspinatus snakes underneath that shelf to get to the head of the humerus. The yellow one. So that's what I'm trying to figure out. Go away. So if my spine is here, that tells me everything I need to know. Right here. That's the head of the spine. Could be more detailed with that. Why is my eraser so big? My goodness. Oops. Remember, it curves. It starts like this and then starts to kind of curve like that. Same thing over here. Where is it? I'm kind of just drawing lines. I'm seeing what I want to see. I don't know if that's actually what's there, but let's see. Lock you. Supraspinatus. Come back. Underneath the shelf. Okay, we got that guy. Next up, big boy, infraspinatus. Goes all the way to the corner, about there. So, about the same shape as our subscapularis. Right, meow. Draw a little, like, hash line for the tendon. Most of this, sometimes, let me see. Can we see on this guy? Yeah, no, it's not obvious, but he did mention in the example, sometimes the infraspinatus, this long, flat shape, can be split into 2 heads. It can look like that. So, for this guy, it's just 1, but it can look like 2. So just be aware of that. Let me bump this up so I can actually see what's going on here. Okay. We might need another 5 minutes just to clean things up. Supraspinatus. Boom. Tapered cone. Infraspinatus. Inside. Flat pancake. Right up against the spine. Boom. Okay. Actually, I think there's some more room referencing everything. Yeah, there is some more room there. Some of Terry's minor would be snaking in. It's very tiny. You might see it. Small little cylinder. And then big boy. So, Terry's major. Oh, that's... I missed something. Notice the connection point. If this is my Terry's major, I drew my scapula too small. It's way down here. Because it's got to connect to that. Ooh, messed it up. That's almost wrong. Let me see. Where is the other one? Terry's major is the big guy that pops out. So that's right. Yeah, that's fine. But for this guy, it's a little bigger. I see. There's my scapula. I don't want to take 10 years on this, but do want to at least give you the best, most accurate version that I can. Lost Woods is good. Is this Lost Woods? It's not. I don't know why that music's saying that. It's not right. Okay, 1 minute. We're not gonna make it, but Terry infraspinatus was right. Terry's minor. Small little cylinder. You might catch it. You might catch it, but you also might not. I think you can kind of see it snaking right there. Oh my gosh, no way, dude. Timer's almost up. They bump into each other. Okay, Terry's major. I believe. Ooh. Yeah, this is major. This is lat. Yep. Can you see that lovely curve right here? There's my major. Oh yeah. And that all connects to the inside of the... right up here, I think. Long boy, stretchy. It's not as bulgy. It's gonna stretch way up there. We're gonna use the rest of our time to continue, but that's a solid start. Save. Where are you trying to save? Oh, I see. Sorry. Alrighty. Time to step back. Look away from the screen if you mushed. But I think for now, I'm gonna keep going. Okay, that's my Terry's major. Then over this, all of this is lat. That would sneak right back in. Oh wait, I just missed it. Ooh, no. There you are. There you are, you sneak. So wait a minute. Where is my major? Where's the base of my scapula? It does sit on the base of the scapula. Did I mess up again? I probably did. Oops. That's why we're learning together, friends. So scapula into there. That was close. About there. But if my lat's way up here, lat still has to cover it. Wait a minute. I'm confused. I got most of my Terry's major. Pretty sure I got most of you. Just know that for the most part, the Terry's minor sits on top of the humerus right here. The Terry's major sneaks underneath it to get to the head of the stem of the humerus that way. So, boom. All right, resume. If you stopped, good on you. I did not. Okay, we're back. Give me that. gonna actually say it snakes up like this, because it has to connect to the base of it. That makes sense to my brain. Is that actually correct, though, is the question. We'll see, won't we? Alrighty. For now. Ugh, Terry's Major, you and me can cross swords every time I see you. Okay. Lat. Is that you? This is Lat. I see you. So Lat's way up here. Yeah, this is Lat. Coming over to... I wish I could show these at the same time. That would make things a lot easier, but no, I cannot. No. Yeah. There's my Lat. Comes in and snakes up there. Aries Major, coming all the way in to reach all the way up there. Covered by deltoid. And then Lat would sneak up to sit inside that sling. There's your Lat. Coming up there. Sneak wants to steal the whole show. Did I hear my son? No? I imagined it. Okay, there's the Lat. Same on the other side. Ooh, can you see serratus? You see all these curves in here? See if we can figure out what's what. This Lat starts there. This is serratus. That big old bulge. Because I believe the arm is raising, so it would be activating. You can literally feel it when you raise your arm. Ooh, it's dancing. Oh yeah. So all this just gets softened into one big bulge in the back. You don't really see the digits until you look at the front. Cool. Serratus actually probably sits a little lower to match this. Oh no, it's getting pulled up because this arm is raised. So no, never mind. It's going to be a little higher. Oh yeah. My core shadows. My corsage. Most of this is hidden, but still important to know about. Okay, let's look at the other side. What did I miss? Oh, I should probably find my tricep, because that also is important and I need to understand how that works. Here's the tricep, but what head are we looking at? The one on the outside is the short head, right? I don't have that here. Oh, I'm gonna have to get rid of you, aren't I? No, I don't. I have notes. Notes that you cannot see, but I'm just fact-checking myself. Oh, tricep, tricep, tricep. Show me, show me, show me. I don't have it here. I don't have it. Oh, what a shame. Okay, well. I guess I'll leave this for now. I'm gonna take a chance and say this is the short head. What I mean by that, your tricep is shaped into two heads. One's the short, one's the long. And they both kind of become a lumpy house at the back of your shoulder. There's your elbow. So, if this is my elbow, a lumpy house. There's a tricep. Overall of that is deltoid. Bananas 1, 2, and 3. Something like that. So there's the tendon. I see it. I see it now, and it's all within my dreams. All within my reach. If I trace that little curve is tendon, then muscle belly. Sharp shift. I don't think you can see the other head on this side. No, you cannot. And then this becomes tendon. All this is beautiful bicep, coracobrachialis, third muscle in between your shoulder and your arm. And then just chicken wing. I'm getting lost in the sauce. Okay, deltoid. Let's see. Hide you. Oh my. That's a lot of lumps and bumps. But it doesn't have to make sense as long as we know where things are. Okay. This is why it's a tracing. Okay, so you go no. Notes. Oats. Moats? Notes. There we go. Okay, so what did we establish on this side and what have we not? We found mainly everything. Serratus. Teres major we didn't get. Where's my bones? There we go. Now I can see them. Major. I found you. Is that where my scapula is? Sure is. Yep, yep. There it is. Teres major. You sneaky devil. It bulges out the most when your arms are down. So it's a big, big landmark for superhero poses. Hehehe. Yep, Superman. They love to accentuate the teres major. Sneaks all the way underneath to get to your armpit, somewhere in there. It's very compressed. All of this is very compressed. Shoulder junk can't really see much because it's all compressed, compressed, compressed. Teres minor, I don't think you can see it. You might see a little bit of it snake out here. Very little of it. Subscapularis. I'm sorry, that's not what it's called. No, that is what it's called. I'm sorry. Subscapularis. No, I'm sorry. That is not what it is. Supraspinatus. My bad, sorry. This cone shape here. Let's try some cross contours just to make it easier for us to see what's going on. Flat pancake. Teres minor. Teres major. Serratus. Okay. Teres major. Flat pancake for the infraspinatus. Supraspinatus is, and it's at the top, so most superficial part of the bug, the shoulder. Teres minor, baby poking out right there. Okay. I think that's all that we really need to know about. Let me see. Did I get this double curve? I think I did. This is serratus, this is lat, and then this is erector spinae, the baguettes of sausages that go up your back like that. I don't remember most of that, but I think that's right. You're welcome to fact check me though. I love to be corrected, because I don't know everything. Okay, let's see. Some core shadows would be nice. Alrighty. It's not clear at all, but if we hide what's not important, all of you. I'm just trying to isolate what's invisible and what is visible. Is this Rivali's theme? One minute, hyper focused. Okay, there we go. That's a little bit clearer. And then we put all of this back in. Yeah. We didn't put a rib cage on this gentleman, so he's just got a bunch of muscles floating. But if I were to find it real quick in 30 seconds, probably right here. C7, find the spine. It's not going to be all the way out because that's mostly muscle pushing it out, and this is muscle pushing it in. There it is. No way, 14 seconds, can she do it? Watch me now. There's a rib cage. Boom, baby. Hands up! Oh! I have 10 more seconds to show you something. 10 seconds. to just color in the big boys that we didn't quite get. Supraspinatus, infraspinatus, teres major and minor. Just so we can see what's most important, the big kahunas in front of us. Alrighty, and then last but not least, it's kind of hidden, but you do have some serratus poking out. There we go! I keep trying to save image, it won't let me. Stop it. I'm going to make you a PSD file. Oh, spoilers for the future. Don't look. Alright. Now, is that at least as clear as we can make it? Rib cage. Let's look at our bones. Oh, I colored you on the same layer. Oh no. Oh well. That's enough for now. You got the gist, yeah? Kind of. Alrighty. Well, I think that's as good as we're gonna get for this gentleman. Hopefully I made some sense of this nonsense going on his back. Somewhat. It's really easy to look at it, but actually tracing it, doing clean tracings is a whole other thing. I don't do it well. I need more practice in my tracings. Alrighty. So without further ado, I'm gonna look away from the screen. We're not done yet. We're gonna do one more tracing, and then we'll call it a day. We're gonna do exactly what we see here on this lovely lady. And then next time, not this week, but next 2 weeks, we'll come back and do an imaginative sketch. So I'll be right back. Let me just set up things. And we'll get ready for our next journey together. Save. All right. Look away from the screen. Do whatever you need to do to reset your hijoles, your ojos, your eye holes. And where is my timer? There it is. Alrighty. Be right back. Where is my music? I don't know why. That's not what that's playing right now. Make sure you actually know what's playing. Where is it? Sorry, 1 second. That's why my music isn't correct. Let's try that. Refresh. Okay, now we're talking. That should be better. It's not correct, but it'll update in a second. What do you mean? Okay, I guess you don't get to know what music is playing. Sorry, you'll just have to guess with me. Alrighty, I'll be right back. And actually, I'm gonna tell you to sit down desk. I'm gonna sit for the next session. There we go. Ow! Sorry, I hit my hand. Alrighty, I'm back. Okay. Sorry. Alrighty. Let's try this again. We're starting our main gesture at about 59 minutes. A little over an hour, a little under an hour. Yay! Okay. Gesture. This is freeform, so I don't have to hear any rules. Yay. Okay. Would love to ask real quick, by the way, if anybody has things they'd like to share, if there's anybody still in the chat, if you have comments, if you have work you'd like to share, if you have studies you'd like me to look at, now is the time. Otherwise, I'm going to continue on with this lovely ice skater lady. And the fun part about her is her clothes are covering up her shoulder muscles, so we have to find them. And she's not going to tell you. They're not as obvious. Okay. I don't know if anybody has things to share, but I'm going to start. And you're always welcome if you're catching this after the fact. If you're watching the VOD, you can always share in the Discord. Link is only available usually while I'm streaming, so that's why you gotta come to the streams. But you can ask me in the comments and I'm happy to look later. Alrighty. So let's see. Get me some Lucky Lip Balm, so my lips aren't chapped while I'm drawing. Very uncomfortable. Okay. So this round's going to be more of a traditional sketch. We're going to do a gesture all the way through, 5 minutes to find the movement, 10 minutes to find the bones, and then 10 minutes again to find the muscles on top. Similar to what we just did, but no tracing this time. Okay? So here we go. Listen for the timer, and I hope you decide to do this with me. Practice is best when we do it together. 3, 2, 1. All right, 5 minutes. Let's see. Off the bat. Delicious C curve. You see that? Ooh, beautiful. I'm gonna find her spine. There she is. Her head's coming back in space. And I'm not gonna draw her whole body, but that lovely C curve is splendid. I want to capture that. So let's see. She's actually coming down that way a bit more. Beautiful. There we go. All the way to the legs. We're just going up to this point, upper back. Let's see. If I were to find a bean of this lady, there's a potential rib cage. There's a potential pelvis. Her butt's not that big, but you know what I mean. And then a leg could form from there. So let's see. I'm also seeing this curve. Thoracic spine. She's really, really curvy in her spine, so I'm actually going to move this circle over here to follow the shape of this curve more. There we go. Most of this would be obliques if it was visible, but we're not doing the obliques, we're doing the shoulders. So let's see. Her head snakes back out, and we find her jaw from there. So let's see. Start with shapes, big shapes, and work our way out. Lovely, lovely, lovely lady. There's a reason why I wanted to draw her for a while. I've seen her on Pinterest and I just couldn't wait as soon as I saw this lady. Alrighty. From there. I cared less about the pelvis, but we probably should know where it is. It's not as important here, but if I were to find the base planes of her pelvis. 1, 2. Where's her back? Right there. So, oh, this is tricky. Her dress actually does a really good job of hiding her spine. I'm gonna guess there. Something like that. We don't really need to know where it is, but still. Alrighty. I can be more nitpicky later. For now, let's just find her upper torso. Yeah, I can blur most of this. Sorry. Whatever is not clear, it's gonna confuse me later. So let's just focus on what we need. Upper back, upper back. Where's her head hole? If I were to find a really... Well, no, we're just getting gesture right now. Let me find her head. Let me find her head. Negative space, telling me that's where her chin is. Follow that curve to find her head. There it is. Oh yeah, beautiful. There's her hairline. I found you, honey. I found you. There's her ear. There's her face. Loomis for the win. Okay. Neck. Where is it? There it is. Now I got too much up here. Well, no, wait a minute. Yeah, no, ribcage isn't that high, so I think I actually messed up a little bit to find her ribcage, but to get the gesture, I think I found most of her. Let's just get half an arm in there. Forearm is enough. Beautiful curve. Ribcage is not the way up there. It's a little lower, but I think we found most of her. Okay. Readjust my position because I want this to be in the center. That's a fair start. Yeah. Okay. Now all goes to hell. Strong start. Let's see how we mess this up. I have faith. Okay. 2 minutes to sit back, look at the stuff. Anything need to be adjusted? For sure. This is not ribcage. This is neck. Ribcage is down here. So let's make sure we don't get confused and put the ribcage in the wrong place, because that's going to mess us up big time. Abs. I think we can push things out a little bit more, so I might add a little bit of fun with a liquefy. Cheating. There we go. I'm not even going to worry about her hands, so that's not a problem. Her legs are not a problem. This lovely skirt is hiding most of her hips, but we don't need to know where those are. We're drawing scapula. Where is the middle of her back? That's what we need to worry about. I think right there. Following that plane. But we can't decide anything until we have a rib cage. So let's figure out top plane of the rib cage. I'm going to take this time to start. Her hair is so lovely, but it's hiding so much. Let's see, there it is. There's a neck hole right there. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. Front of the sternum continues that way. And then I see side plane. There's the back plane. There we go. Alrighty. I found you, lovely. I found you. I started early, but I wanted to make sure we started correctly. So, alrighty. This is incorrect. Sternum starts about there. Because this is empty space. There is no ribcage there. Ribcage is down here. So, sternum is not that long. We don't need that much space for her sternum. I'm also following the arc of this to get to. So let's find out. First of all, C7. Connect it to the ACES points. The front of the hip. And then the other side of the hip. We don't really have access to it, so we're going to have to guess based off of that. From there, bloop. I'm relying on the lighting of her dress to tell me the angle. So that's correct. And then the side starts a little early, right there. So that would be actually where her ribcage is. Sorry if that didn't make sense. I'm kind of finding it in real time. Flying by the seat of my pants here, y'all. Okay. She's leaning back quite a lot, though. From there, I don't really need to know where it is, but I still like to guess the split of ribcage. Let's start there and then connect back here. So where's the midline of her shoulders? Right there. There we go. I think that's close enough. There we are. Okay, I feel like that's part of a ribcage. Neck hole wouldn't be that long, but there it is. Okay. What's confusing me? Hide it. Erase it. I don't need all of it to know it's there. Okay. this would probably swoop out a little bit more. Well, no, that's oblique. I'm gonna keep that there. Oblique still is important to me because it was part of the previous lesson. We probably should know where it is. And that even tells me where her pelvis sits. Oh, beautiful. But I don't need to know that. Moving on. Getting lost in the weeds. Shoulders! Where's your scapula? So one arm is going back, one arm is going forward. So you can already know. One is sliding forward. Remember, scapulae don't sit stagnant. They slide along the rib cage. Forward and back. So this one's going to go forward. This one's coming back. So if I find about the halfway point for rib cage, that is where scapula could normally sit, but the placement of them, they're going to be a little bit further along. So if I were to guess, there's going to be, let's see, the side plane of the rib cage around there. I'm referencing the picture up as well, up here. So if you see me look up, that's why. Rib cage, put that as its own layer. Lock her down, hunker down. 5 minutes to find your scapulae. We can do it. Here we go. This is confusing me more. Lower the opacity. There we go. Clavicle meets, oh, I see, up here. Bra strap. That right there is what I use to find that angle. From there, that's the side of the, I always forget what it's called. Chromium process, right. Clavicle meets a chromium process. It would be on the inside. So that clavicle comes all the way here because chromium sits at the top. Yeah, so there we go. So now, main point for her shoulder. It's going to be a little bit more forward than that. Okay, there we go. That's the spine of the scapula. Remembering that scapulae are rounded. Let's see. I'm gonna guess about there. There's one. The other one's probably gonna be pushing in because this arm is back, so it would be around there. Something like that. Maybe a little bit higher. This one actually might be a little higher. A little concave hole for my supraspinatus. This one's going to be coming in hot, curving around the rib cage like that. Yeah, you would probably see the edge of it. So this one actually wouldn't be that different to the other guy. Okay, glenoid cavity for my armpit. Okay, points. Converge down here to get to the rest of it. Start slanted in. Where is the spine? It would slope down. There wouldn't be this much room for her shoulders. No, no, no. No, it would not be this low. It would be a little higher. So actually, as happy as I am with this, I think we can raise this guy up a hair. Raise your bat! Love that song. Alrighty. You would probably sit a little closer there. That would make more sense. Yeah. And that already feels more majestic, like she's literally throwing her shoulder blade that way. That feels like it would make more sense. These won't be in line then anymore. Yeah, I think that makes sense. And also, by the way, guys, I assume if you're doing this with me, you probably won't be able to talk. I would hope you're not talking. So I don't expect anyone to comment or say anything right now while I'm drawing, because I would hope that you're also drawing. But comments and stuff can happen after I finish. Alrighty, so there's a shoulder. Let's see. Top of the head of the humerus is always following the shape of the deltoid. So if my deltoid's going this way, there's my deltoid, so my the head of the humerus will be going in the same direction, following that. And it's going more this way, but we're augmenting that curve a little more. Elbow, perpendicular. I don't need to really know about the humerus, but there it is. No, I'm getting lost. Stop! There's my humerus. There we go. Something like that. We learned all about humeruses in the bone lesson. So if you're wondering why I'm drawing certain shapes like I am, that's for that lesson. But let's see. I see this shape, and I'm gonna start to erase what I can't see. Oh, it's okay, Ebo. Welcome, welcome. You just missed the tracing, but that's okay. You're in time for the muscles, and that's really all we're looking at today, so no problem. How you doing? How you doing? We're looking at this lovely figure skater. Feel free to jump in and join us. We're just finding bones. Okay, I'm decorating the heck out of this right scapula. Where is your other one? Now we need to know where it is. Shoot! Oh, it's been too long. Oh no. There's another one. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Something like that. It's all good. It's all good. Scapula are a little more concave, I believe. Yeah, because there's got to be space for this, I keep saying subscapularis, that's not what it's called! Supraspinatus! Where's your other arm bone? It would be right there? Somewhere? Yeah. Deltoid's going that way. There it is. Yeah. The head of the humerus has a tubercle that kind of pops out. That's where your bicep attaches. So if you're wondering why there's a little jut right there, that's why. I don't remember if that's correct. I might have drawn this incorrectly, but I think that's something like that. Okay. End of my humerus. Stick. Right there. I obviously will probably get things wrong as I'm drawing in real time. So if you're looking at this and you're like, Crystal, what are you doing? I realize after I finish the drawing that I'm like, that's not right. But in the moment, correct me all day long. I don't care. Alrighty. We're not drawing ulnas and wrist radiuses because they're rotating, but one's going that way, another one's going this way. And she's got a little hyperextension in that arm. Another one's crossing this way. I know only because the thumb bone goes on the inside, excuse me, the radical bone, your radius, and the other side is your ulna, the pinky bone. So if my thumb's way over here, it's got to get there, so it's twisting. So that's why I know. Alrighty, I think that's at least a solid start. I'm going to start masking out things because it's a little hard to see. What are we looking at here? I'm going to find your head if it kills me, lovely. I won't die. But where on earth are we? This is a mess. Alrighty. There we are. There we are. Yeah, that's fine. Just to make it easier for us to see what's going on here. Yeah. I'm gonna put your face back in. Just your face. Oh my gosh. So fast. No way, bro. Oh. Okay. Anyway, I hope we're all having a lovely Sunday. We're almost done with this lovely gesture and then we'll call it. But that is a solid start. I feel decent about that. Next up, we're going to add muscle, and that'll be the end of this session. So, if you have any questions, ask me after this, and then we can talk. Scapula. I'm not mad at this. I'm not recording! My favorite thing in the world. Chat! You're supposed to yell at me when I do this. But it's too late. I have to start at the beginning, so forget it. Alrighty. Muscle time. Here we go. What do we need to talk about right off the bat? She's a little small, but if she's throwing this shoulder, actions should tell you what muscles are most engaged and what aren't. So, arm abduction. If it's going away, it's abduction. Coming back in, adduction. It's weird. You're adding it back into you. I don't know. But if it's going away, it's abducting. And then what else? Her arm is raised, so definitely some subscat. I keep saying the wrong muscle. Supraspinatus. And teres major. Those big boys are the ones that are going to be probably stretched the longest. So the one that's coming down here is going to go right to that. Oh man. And we shouldn't see most of the serratus, but we should know where it is and where it attaches. Lat as well is going to come in here. So there we go. Also, darling, I just realized your head is absolutely massive. I'm going to shrink that. My gosh, she has a huge head. Whoa, alrighty, there we go. That feels better. Okay, so now let's put the muscles in, and then if we have time, we'll do one more quick session to find everything and clean up the contour just to make sure everything looks right, and it'll be done. So let's start with the big boys. What is most important? Right now her arm is raised, so I'm gonna say, gosh, take a shot every time I say the wrong muscle. It's not supraspinatus. Supra. It's in the front, on the top. Okay? This guy, it's sitting in this little cavity. So, boom. There's one. Starts as a cone, kind of tapers out into less than a cone. Starts like that. Other side, yeah. Under the shelf. Okay. In fact, do I have the shelf? Did I draw the shelf? I did not on this side. That's not correct. There should be a little shelf that you can see before it becomes spine. So, around there. There we go. Something like that. So this would snake under that. So, oh no, I did this all wrong. Yeah. Well, I can clean that up later. I don't really want to take 10 years to correct something, even though it's very important. Let's find the other things too. Oh, I know what I did. I know what I did. No, we can fix this real quick. I got this. I got this, guys. I got this. This should come in. Wait a minute. We got, ooh, it's hidden, but I'm gonna say we never defined that plane, so there is where I went awry. There's the shoulder plane, and then this would come to scapula, clavicle. Okay, so scapula sits on the inside? No, it's on the outside. It's on the outside. Yeah, it's on the outside. Yes. Coming into like that. Oh, I need a picture. I need a picture. I need a picture. Show me! Yeah, it comes out and then tapers in. That's what I went wrong. That's what I messed up. Okay, okay. I see. I see. I was kind of close. We just didn't get the right angle. Alrighty. Sneak in. There we go. Alrighty. It's long. Wow. Okay. So our... Oh. There we go. That feels better. Feels better already. Nice. There's the shelf for this guy. So this would dip under the radar. Boom, boom. It goes underneath the shelf of the bridge. Okay, there we go. Now we're cooking. Cool, cool. I can't look right now, but hello. It's a swoosh Nike logo. Yeah! Exactly. By the by, welcome, Coca-Cola. It's so nice to have you here. Welcome. I am making mistakes all day long, but that's how we grow. That's how we learn. Welcome, welcome. If you have art that you would like to share, I'm happy to look at it after I finish this session. But welcome, my friend. Alrighty. Infraspinatus. It comes in, like inside, and then it swoops out there. But what's very easily messed up and confusing is that this is all one flat pancake that usually gets hidden because we get a ton of tendon on the edge, and so it looks like a whole bump of muscle. But this is our, let's see, our tendon and then muscle. And most of it would be obscured, so you probably won't even see it. But there is our infraspinatus. I'm taking so much longer than necessary on these, but I think we're getting somewhere. I want to be specific. Alrighty. Teres minor sits on the inside or the outside? Show me. Teres minor, inside. Okay, got it. Go away! Okay. Teres minor comes to the head of the humerus. Boom, baby. Cusco! I found it. Alright. Right there. Okay. Right there, right there. Alright, the biggest boy of all. This is what we are here for. The teres major. This guy. All of this would be teres major. It comes right underneath the head of the humerus. Boom! That lovely, lovely curve would all be teres major. And it's stretched because her arms are elongated and stretched. So her arm is going to reach all the way through there. Tendon. Tendon. This would be a little more compressed because it's closer. Well, it's still reaching, but the way I drew it, it would be a little more compressed. So, boom. Yeah. Something like that. There's our teres major. It is the superhero muscle. You got it. It's the big boy that we all love to draw Superman characters with. Accentuate that boy all day long. Yeah, Coca-Cola knows what's up. I'm going to put some cross contours in here just to make it a little easier for us to see what's going on. And my infraspinatus. Yep. And then my, teres major. Okay. Now, serratus. I don't think you'll be able to see it because it's mostly obscured, but just know that there's going to be a big old block of shape right here, and that's going to impact the delt. Not the delt, the lat. So there's a little bit of pokey right there. Where does it go all the way to? Actually, you shouldn't be able to, it's not visible. Okay, I'm going to get rid of you, dude. Goodbye. Yeah, here we go. It goes all the way to the base of the scapula. That's right! It fans out like your fingies. See? Yeah. So there we go. Good rate. Alright, got it. So, yeah, you won't see serratus at all in this pose, but over here, oh yeah. Hi-ya, 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 hi-ya. And it starts like a fan. I don't think I have time to go into it, but the way I explained it, when you put your hand on the side of your ribs, that's where your serratus is. Kind of. You can kind of find it there. What? How many are there? Is there 8? Tell me. Serratus anterior. Oh, I don't know if we have enough time to find them. Oh no! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That doesn't sound right. 7? No, 8. 8. It's all the way up there! And it, oh, hi, crotch. Starts at the 5th rib? No. The 10th rib? 9th rib? What? 8 to 9 ribs. Okay, somewhere there. So, we got a lot more. 1. Okay. It goes all the way up here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Something like that. 6, 7, 8. No, 7. So there we go. We got it. All right. Yeah. Okay. It looks like a big old mess, but I'll clean it up later. We're not gonna have time. But we found it. That's what's important. Oh my god! Okay. I'm not here to stress you out, I promise. I'm not. But we found most of it. I'm having fun. Can you tell? Serratus is ribs 1 through 9. Oh, is it? Oh. Yeah, and it ends on the 8th rib. Something like that. Okay. Woo, Nelly! Alrighty. I don't think I have time to find everything else, but for the most part, there is our serratus. Yeah. Lat! Where is your lat? It starts down here, and it snakes up there. Okay, we gotta get it in. 10 seconds. Okay. It's gonna slink in, and then sit underneath that to get back there. There we go. Oh, sneaky! Woo! god. We actually kind of did it. There it is! Yay! What did I miss? Did I miss anything? I swear there's another muscle that I didn't get. We got mainly the 5 that we're looking at. Supraspinatus, check. Infraspinatus, check. It's a little hard to see, but we'll color it in a second. Teres major, big boy, check. Serratus, check. And then the bonus at the end, we didn't really need it, but lat, check. Yeah! Okay, what is all of this mess? We're going to take a few more minutes just to clean up this contour so we actually know what we're looking at. Oh, thank you! But any questions off the bat before I clean this mess up? Let me double check my serratus muscle. I'm not positive because I always am. I'm always like, correct me because I don't remember things. It's one big massive clump that starts from your scapula like a big old fan. This big old lat covers 90% of it, but it does snake out and you can see some of it underneath the pec. Most of it's hidden, but it's still somewhat visible. So really the ones you only care about, I think, are 5th rib through 9. Maybe you'll see them if your arm is raised in an armpit. No, Teres minor! Coca-Cola, you're so right. I can't believe it. You're so right. How did I forget about the baby minor? I'm sorry. Teres minor, pat pat. I didn't mean to forget about you, honey. Oh, there we go. No, we got this. We got this. Thank you, Coca-Cola. Thank you. Let's put that in. So where is it? Let's go find it. I'm going to go over time just a hair. We have our teres minor right here. So it's still sitting at the head of the scapula. Everything goes to the scapula except for teres major and serratus anterior, which goes to the base of the scapula and underneath the edge of your head of your humerus, right on the edge of the humerus. So teres minor, you should still kind of see it. It's a little hidden, but it's right there. That's your teres minor. Rhomboids we didn't get to. Latissimus dorsi and obliques we're not covering in this lesson. And trapezius is its whole other lesson entirely. But teres minor, let's get you in, baby. Let's put you in, honey. I'm so sorry. I didn't forget about you at all. I totally did, though. Oh. Alrighty. Wait a minute, did I? What's this? What's this? What's this? There's something in the air. I think I did. I didn't say it out loud, but wait a minute. I think there it is. Right there. Right there, right there. It's a baby, but it's right there. So we got our infraspinatus, teres minor, teres major, supraspinatus. And over here, it's just a bunch of muscles that we can't really understand yet. It's just a bunch of circles. All of this junk. Supraspinatus. I'm going to color these in. That's going to help a lot. Let's do that. So let's just go all the way down. The big boy that's most important. Zalor. That's fun. Block you. Blah, blah, blah. Alright. So here we go. Big boy. teres major. Woof. Woof. There he is. Can't forget it. And I'm going to add a little extra color for the tendon. Yeah. A little bit of color just on the edges. There we go. Nice. Then, let's see. Infraspinatus is the next biggest, so let's get that guy in. Yeah. There you are. Infraspinatus. There we go, there we go. Don't worry, teres minor, I'm coming for you. I didn't forget you, baby. And we're gonna color the tendon a different color. By the by, I hope everybody got a chance to try this themselves, but if you're just catching in and you're just jumping in for the VOD, no problem. I am happy to look at art if you want to share in the Discord, !Discord, if you would love a critique or feedback. Again, I'm not a professional teacher. I'm going to get things wrong. I don't know everything. But we can talk about it and hopefully piece together some of the stuff that I might have a slight inkling on. So there we go. There's my... Nope, wrong color. Infraspinatus. Blend that a little bit because it's muscle fibers. We didn't quite get to them, but there they are. I should also color in my bones. That'll make it a lot easier to see them. Bones! Oh, bones! You are collarbones. Let's try this. Where is my humerus? It's so funny. Alrighty, there you are. I'm gonna start with a very saturated blue so I can just see it. Yay! It should pop up. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. If it doesn't work in the next 10 seconds, I will grab it. Oh dear, it didn't work. No! Alrighty, well, here I come. It's because I have 2 streams, and sometimes it doesn't happen every time because I switch between them. Thank you, Bud Brew. Hello. Where are my links? There are my links. Okay. I'm gonna drop the Discord link in. No! I heard a cat. Sir, you're early. It's 4:45. Dinner's not till 6. You hush your face. Okay, there you go. Sorry about that. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But if you have art and you would like to drop it in for some feedback, I'm happy to take a look. Anytime. I'll just react to it live if you do it on stream. Okay. There's a blue bone. I'm gonna hide all this junk. Oh no, that's my rib cage. I need to see that. There we go. Yeah. Silhouette always helps me figure out what's correct and what's not. I think that's my scapula. All the lines I drew get a little mingled and mixed sometimes. I don't know what I'm looking at. There we go. Going over just a hair, just for cleanup. Because once I time myself, that's just to get everything in. Now I can kind of take some time to clean up the sketch. Alrighty, there's one scapula. This perfectionist is working in progress to be an imperfectionist and happy with the imperfection. So I'm working on it. I also just realized this scapula doesn't look like it would be a curvy thing. It should look more like that because it's traipsing the edge of the ribcage. So what I did actually doesn't really match. So that feels like it fits better. Yeah, and then I'll adjust this to make more sense. But is that going to mess everything else up? Probably. Oh no. No, we're good. Never mind. So let's adjust that real quick. Scapula. Ooh, scapula. There we are. You're over here, sir. You're way over here. Goodbye. Alright, let's see that. Yeah, that looks better. Now it's actually wrapping the form of the ribcage. Cool, cool, cool. Yay! By the way, thanks for jumping in. It's usually really quiet here, but I happen to have some lovely friends to talk to, so thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out. Hopefully this is actually helpful and me not just rambling to myself like a crazy person. Okay. There we are. And let's find the rest of the rib cage and the arm bones. I can't wait to get back to the arms though. Ooh, the arms messed me up the first time I did this. It sucked. So hopefully it sucks a little less this round. Oh, anatomy, my beloved. Trust. I know. I know, Ebo. I know. I should also mention, Ebo, you are the only person affected by this in the chat, but next stream I will not be able to, because we're going to be doing a performance, you and I. The person in the chat named Ebo, I happen to know them in real life, and we're going to be doing a dance. So, I'm going to probably be exhausted and wiped, and you probably should be too, because you're going to be doing a lot more pieces than me. So, next stream will be canceled, but we'll come back May 3rd, 2 weeks after. Oh, thank you! And likewise, every single one of you is just as capable as I. It's just hard, but that's why I'm here. 3D models, Patreon, all that good stuff. That's accessible if you want it. Yeah, I can confirm. Don't hurt yourself too bad. We're going to be wiped, so next week we'll cancel, and then we'll come back. Okay, that feels better already. Nice. Alrighty, let's get back to it. Supraspinatus, sitting on top, most superficial of all these muscles. I'm going to color them another color in a second. I just want to make sure I can see it, so it's going to be blue for now. Muscle color. I should put that so I can see it. Okay. Yellow. Snakes underneath the ribs, the big old shelf. Nice. And to make it even easier to see it, green. Ooh. There's my super spinatus. Haha, like that. See what I did there? Alright. Ooh, actually. Yellow. There we go. Now I can see it. Alrighty. What are we missing? I don't know how I feel about that shelf, but I'm not going to fix that right now. I'll probably take some time to think about it later. I always realize things I made mistakes later. Like this lat, that's not how it works. That's not how a lat works. Not at all. Real quick, real quick, real quick. That is incorrect. That would come all the way... Oh, I'm going to erase everything. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. You, sir, are not correct. Oh, I'm not gonna regret this, hopefully, if I look at everything again. Ooh. Okay, we're fine. Oh, and Ceres Minor! I did forget about Ceres Minor! No! I said I wouldn't, and I did! I'm such a jerk. I'm sorry, Ceres Minor. I didn't mean it. Don't yell at me. There we go, there you go. You have a house now, Ceres Minor. I got you, I got you. Alrighty. Sorry. Alrighty. Here we go. Let's put the rest of that delt back in. No, I'm sorry. The lat. Where I think I went wrong is this. Oh, remind me. Lat snakes underneath and sits on top of it in the front. So from the back, we wouldn't see where it ends. So it's going to snake underneath like a sling and then come back through the front to sit on top of Terry's major. So yeah, actually, this is also incorrect. That's not the lat. Not at all. I learned. The lat comes in like that. Like that. Yeah. Wrap it around the rib cage like that. And then there might be a little extra bulge because that's where your traps also go. I'll put those in real quick just so that you can see them. But cleaning this up, I think we can start to see things now. Yeah. That's nice. That's nice. That's real good. Okay. I'm going to put a mask on so I can look at it a bit better. This is all the nitpicky perfection now, but I have the time to do that because I finished all of the hard work early. Wahoo! Okay. Yay! That feels good. Okay. What else is there to be done? I guess really quickly I'll just give you a brief overview of where the traps are going because trapezius is also very important. She has no pelvis. Probably should know where the lat actually starts and ends. But it goes all the way down to the butt crack. Right there. Well, no, it doesn't! No, it doesn't. No. The lat. Wait a minute. Oh, this is weird. I think there's supposed to be a tendon that comes all the way down there. I'm gonna stick to my guns and say the lat does go to the butt. I think it does. But there's a big tendon missing, so I'm assuming the big old sheath that covers your erector spinae, all of these muscles, continues all the way down to the rest of the pelvis. It's just hiding right now on this, and I don't know what it's called, so I'm not going to look it up. But there is a thing, your big old tendon that connects with the lower back. So, yeah, her pelvis would start about there. Tailbone would be right there, about there. But use your imagination. Okay, traps, and then we'll call it. And then if anybody has art they'd like me to look at, I will happily take a look. But if you don't happen to have any, or you make some off stream, I'll take a look anytime, and you can just share it in the Discord and I'll take a glance. So let's see. Traps. No. Traps. Traps, 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 traps. Oh, and probably her deltoid. That's also very important. And if I could be fancy, also probably should talk about her tricep. Chad, how much time you got? Oh, no. Also, I'm hungry. I don't know if I want to be here much longer. I want food in a minute. I don't know. I'm going to have to walk away and eat dinner in a second. But I'm thinking maybe find her traps and maybe find her tricep. And then I think I'll be happy to call it a stream. Scapula. Let me just mask that bottom portion. There we go. Okay. That's a little cleaner to look at. Yeah. So, where's her neck? I'm going to put an extra muscle. Oh, trapezius. Let's see. Extra time, guys. Extra time. Okay. You've convinced me. Not that it takes much longer. I think we're almost done. I just want to find her trapezius real quick, because that is important. So where's her ear? I put it right here. So right underneath that would be her neckline, and it would kind of curve like that. I didn't put in her spine, but imagine a beautiful long C curve all the way through. Top of the head cervical, thoracic, lumbar, sacral. There's her spine. So, no, I'll just leave it there, fudge. Why'd I do that? Separate layer, separate layer, separate layer. Yoop, 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 yoop. There we go. It's the color of Sonic. I just realized. Cobalt. Oh, that makes me so happy. Put it on top. Right there. Spine! Lock her down. Okay. Cervical. Thoracic. Cervical. The cervical. Thoracic. Lumbar. Sacral. Okay. Good. Lock her down. Yeah. But you want multiply just so I can't miss it. Yeah, cool. There we go. So her trapezius, it starts at the base of the skull, right at the edge of the occipital groove. The two dots, you can kind of palpate right behind your ears. You'll feel like a big old cavern, and then trace the back of your ears all the way to the back of your head. And where your hairline ends is about where that starts. So trace that all the way down your shoulders, and it feels really good, especially if you sit at a desk a long time. Oh yeah. There's a lot of tension that sits up there. So I'm gonna say traps, split. Actually, let's look at the traps. Where are they? They're right here. There's only half a trap. Oh, it's split into 3 ways? I didn't realize that in this app. Oh, interesting. Well, all of this is your traps. And a lot of times they come out looking like a kite. There's a big old kite shape right here that's just tendon. And then C7, the most prominent part of the spine that's usually used as a landmark very often. You can even feel it if you palpate on the back of your neck. There's a big old bump right there. That's called your C7, cervical 7, 7th vertebra down on your spine. So draw a kite around that, and you find basically this giant triangular shape of your traps. And they loop all the way to the front, sitting on the last, I think, third or halfway point of your clavicle. Some people say third, some places say half. I think Proko says third, but it's on the edge of your clavicle, on the curvy part. So this beautiful shape comes all the way around from the front to the back. I think that's also part of your traps. No, it's not. It's something else. It's a neck muscle. I don't remember neck muscles. I forgot a lot of that. I forgot a lot of that. Okay, so here we go. Trapezius, and it's gonna come in front of the scapula and the clavicle, which we can't really see on her, but there should be, if I make her bigger, a little bit of this curve. You can kind of see that curve is trapezius, and that's where it splits right at the edge of the acromion process where deltoid and shoulder muscles start. Kinda? I'm talking real fast because I want to eat, but I think that's as good of a place as I can say. So let's say there's her trapezius right there. And then from there, snake it around to the front. It's going to hit this beautiful shelf where your acromion process sits, and then all of this about down to the lower third of your spine. There's your trapezius. Somewhere in there. Something like that. It should cover part of your scapula as well. And a lot of times on the guy that we just looked at, whoa, sorry, this is what we did earlier, Ebo, before you jumped in. This trapezius, actually, you can see it. It looks like a bunch of lumpy folds and mattress folds, but this is actually where the trapezius ends. This is just where the tendon is. So it goes all the way to the shelf of the scapula, and then the bumpiness is the muscle belly of the trapezius. So trap all the way over there, all the way down here, and then just muscle belly. And it is kind of split into thirds if you look at it on some people. So all these bumps are just the 3 parts of the trapezius. That's why it usually looks very confusing. But it's a big old kite. Yeah, so that actually kind of helps to look at this guy. So let's find her one more time. I'm having fun, guys. I don't want to stop. I hope you're getting something from this as well. But yeah, so muscle fibers kind of spread like this. Yeah, yeah. There we go. And then I will find C7. There it is. Kite around that part of the spine. Sitting in front, traipsing around. And then finding the big old part of the shoulder. Lumpy, bumpy shoulder. Yeah. It's not as obvious on her because she's obviously hiding a lot of it with her gorgeous hair and shirt and dress, but women, you don't usually find those individual muscle fibers. Men, you want to know where those go, though, because it's going to be a lot more obvious. Can't say women don't get ripped, but it's just not as obvious. Okay, so from there to about here, yeah. And if I were to go extra hard on all of this, whoa, let's see, what do we need? We need this. You. Shoulder muscles. One more thing, just to make it as obvious as possible. Let me add the deltoid in. Delt. Big old delt right here. Beautiful, beautiful S-curve. Yum, 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 yum. Delt. Covering up most of that, going all the way to the back of the spine of the scapula. First head, well, back head, middle head, and then front. But it kind of looks like it's all one form because she's a little bit less built, so it just kind of melts. But there are 3 heads of the delt. Don't forget that. Your middle head just has a bunch of bananas in it. I can't really draw them very quickly, but you'll see when we get to it. I think that's coming up soon. Deltoid should be soon. First head, third, second, and third. Like that. That looks better. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Alrighty. So with all of that junk covering it up, what we actually see is most of this is just hidden. Most of this. Usually you can't see any of this stuff. But what we do get is some of that. Where's my delt? Where's my trapezius? There we go. And there we are. Yeah, it's almost all hidden. Most of it. Wow. Most of it is hidden. But yeah, there we go. I feel good about that study. That looks like a study I could live with and call it a day. And we don't really have time to get into it, but there's some rhomboids going that way. Yeah. That's it. So yeah, rhomboids. They're also there. The muscles that you squeeze in the back of your shoulder when you get told to open your chest and squeeze a pencil. There it is. So anyway, I could geek out about this stuff all day long on my own anyway without anybody telling me to. But I hope this was somewhat helpful. This breakdown was much needed for me as well. And we'll take a 2-week break to come back and hopefully dissect the other picture I have on deck today, which is going to be a gesture from imagination. So, somewhat helpful, I hope. I should color in the serratus. I didn't do that. Real quick. Yeah. There they are. And that form impacts the shape of everything else. Okay. I can live with that. This is maxed out. Masked out. Alrighty. Yeah? Yeah? Yes. Okie dokie, Ebo. Alrighty. Well, again, I'm gonna say so, as always, for those that are able to make it in live time, thank you so much for joining me. I'm usually here by myself, so I appreciate having some homies to break this stuff down with, because it's not as hard when you have help. But if anything, I hopefully can bring you some more ease on this journey and make the learning process a little bit easier with 3D models, with extra notes on the side, and any questions or live feedback. We gotta work on this stuff together. So I'm your accountability buddy to hopefully help figure this out. But until then, PLD, PLD, there we go. I stopped taking sign language. I want to get back to it. But keep playing, keep loving, and keep dreaming, and I'll see you guys next time. And we'll be back for part 2 of this lesson until we move on to the next one. So until then, ciao for now, you guys. Go eat dinner, go pet your cat or dog or your mom, if they're living nearby. And I'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Bye, Inara! Mwah.